All right. Peace, 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 peace. Rami Salam Mel. I thank you for joining. Thank you for tapping in and watching. I know. Been gone. I was supposed to be back. I know. My fault. Let me read this, and then we're going to get to it, and hopefully by the end it all makes sense. Shout out to comments. Self-knowledge has always been the theme of the sages, and the Upanishads deal especially with the knowledge of the self and also with the knowledge of God, because there's no difference between the self and God. They are one and the same. That which comes out of the infinite whole must also be infinite. Hence the self is infinite. That is the ocean. We are the drops. Ooh. So long as the drops remain separate from the ocean, it is small and weak. But when it is one with the ocean, then it has all the strength of the ocean. Okay, now, okay. Similarly, so long as man believes himself to be separate from the whole, come on now, he is helpless. But when he identifies himself with it, yeah, man, the Most High, Allah, God, Yahweh, when he identifies himself with it, then he transcends all weakness and partakes of its omnipotent qualities. That is one deep paragraph. And that's coming from the Upanishads, the ancient teachings, Swami Paramananda. That's what we're going to go with. Excuse me if I got it wrong. The Upanishads of the Hindu faith are believed to have been written about 700 BC. And although nothing is known of the authorship, they are considered by some to be the highest philosophy ever conceived by the human mind. Okay. And I'm going to just read this. I got to read it because I was just going to go with this paragraph, but I seen a little quote in here and I was like, I got to read this one. This is the Analects by Confucius. And it says, boom. Oh, I got to read both of them. Dang, this is good. The master said, one should not be concerned at lack of position, but should be concerned about what will fit him to occupy it. One should not be concerned at being unknown, but should seek to be worthy of being known. Then this is the other one. I had to read the last one. The master said, when you see a man of worth, think how to rise to his level or her level. And when you see an unworthy man, then look within and examine yourself. Oh, good Lord. Talk about dropping some jewels on you. See, and I wanted to read some from the Kabbalion, Hermetic philosophy, and Confucius. I forgot to read the back. The teachings of the Chinese philosopher and thinker Confucius from BC 551 to 479 espoused the importance of education for moral development and celebrate qualities such as sincerity, piety, and virtue. It was in these pivotal writings that for the first time human behavior was put under the microscope. Man. Okay, so why did I read those things? What's the importance of that? What does that got to do with more science? And how come you ain't making more videos, Rami? Explain. I got you. Just relax. Take it easy. I read those, one, because I wanted to read something that I thought had some substance, some value, something that, hit me in the soul, and I'm thinking and hoping that it'll connect with you on some level. It's that reason. But another reason is, and the main thing is that I wanted to read something that I don't hear many people speak about or read about, or, no one that I knew or know taught me about the Upanishads. I don't even remember how I stumbled upon that book. I heard Confucius's name before and saw like quotes and memes and such, but it's not often that I just see people reading stuff or talking about things from those books. So I wanted to pick those out and to highlight that the reason I'm able to access that information and read these different types of books and get this wisdom and jewels from is because I am privileged with the ability to read well. And more recently than ever, I just began informing myself. I was really ignorant about illiteracy and the issues that a lot of people, not just more quote unquote black people, not just stuff that we deal with, but people in general across the world have some issues with reading. And when I started to study and research more on why that is, and how do you like how did it get this bad, and what is the source of someone not being able to read? A lot of it I realized was just lack of being exposed to books early, lack of having someone to read to you. And then I reflected on my life. I grew up around books. My father was a paralegal, so he had these huge law books sitting in our apartment. Just like a whole wall bookshelf case of them. Was always reading a paper, another bookshelf of other books that were separate from the law books that he was using. Always see him reading, documents and reading something on a computer, this, that, and the third. I remember buying a bunch of Goosebump books when I was young. Matter of fact, hold on one second. See, 1 second. Well, speaking of, because we was able to get some for our daughter and pass them down to my son. I don't know what you know about that, dog. What you know about that, dog? Goosebumps. What you know about piano lessons can be murder? Whoa. Beware the snowman. You can't. Anyways, my point being is that I was exposed to books and reading really early on, and I didn't even realize how much of a privilege that was until recently. And how that ties in with the videos and teaching and all of this is that it's many issues. It's a lot going on right now, and a lot I wanted to make videos on and discuss and build and teach on. I'm talking from climate change, global warming, to the shenanigans with Trump, to the trade wars, to the currency issues with China and India, to the looming recession going on, possibly global recession. We got the list goes on and on. And if you don't know, I would love to get in more in depth with it, but in me doing that, I realize there's a lot of issues that come with that. Where people's understanding that that I'm speaking to, are we all understanding what's going on? Then I'm thinking about propaganda and algorithms and how our media is being manipulated, and how to make sure if I'm communicating these things, it's actually effective and people are learning, and I'm not just making video after video and it's not being as effective as I can be. And really what I came to the conclusion, Tulsi trying to get pushed out of the debates and to be stopped from being a potential candidate because she's anti-war and going against the military industrial complex. But that's another issue for another day. what I'm saying is that I realize all of these issues are a lot. It's a lot going on. And in order for me to be effective in communicating this, I got to make sure that we're all operating and we understand each other. And what I realize is that as much as I want to give all this information and all of this, that, and the third, if a lot of people in this nation are having issues with reading, and this, you can look up the stats. It's hard for me to say statistics. It's hard for me to say that word. But you can look up the research for yourself in terms of the literacy rates and, just where we are in the country. And it's scary. And so before we can fly, before we can run that 400, we gotta take baby steps. We gotta get the foundation right, or else we're gonna be real shaky. I can speak about propaganda, but if you don't understand and read for yourself and know how to decode text and media and understand what propaganda is and how the media manipulates us, and if you can't read that for yourself, if the people, and maybe you watching this know how to read, but maybe someone that doesn't know, the next person. And this is another thing I forgot to say. A big issue with illiteracy is there's not a safe space for anyone to even express, I don't know how to read. I need help reading. It doesn't make sense, and I don't feel that there's a space for people to do that without being attacked and without being shamed and ridiculed, i.e. Floyd Mayweather, when it came out that he was having issues reading. 50 was on his head.
This is a special ASLELS challenge for you, Floyd. If you can read one full page of a Harry Potter book, nigga, I'll give $750,000 to whatever charitable organization you want to. Fuck the bucket of ice, man.
I don't know. I don't really follow 50 Cent like that, but he maybe is still making jokes, and people are still making jokes about Floyd, but it's not really funny because a lot of adults, grown people struggle with reading. So I say all of that to say I got signs from the universe that I need to manifest this reading program that I've been having, on my mind for a while now. And so that's been my focus. And I said all that to hopefully you understand. Well, I've been focusing on other things as well, but a huge priority of mine has been getting the layout, getting the whole idea or vision of this reading program out onto paper, and not just in my mind, and really lay it out and flesh it out fully with details. And I'm linking up with some people, with nonprofits, gonna be in some meetings soon, to really get the ball rolling on this. I have a lot of people that I'm connected with that I feel could help contribute with resources and just their time and energy and knowledge also. And I feel that if I can get this program operating and moving, and we can start teaching our people and teaching people, how to read, then discussing the Analects and discussing the Kabbalion and discussing what else we got over here. Freakonomics, a rogue economist explores the hidden side of everything. If we all are able to read well, The Alchemy of Happiness, Asada, an autobiography, if we all have our ability to read, then our access to information and our ability to decode and understand and critically think about and comprehend, all of this different information, it will rise. It will it'll be expanded, our access, and we'll be able to start having a better understanding of what's really going on with the world as well as ourselves, in my humble opinion. So to sum it up, that was a long way of saying I apologize. I ain't been doing the videos like that. I kind of been working on this reading program. The goal is, to really have something fleshed out and laid out, and some sort of class, or at least, speaking about it in a real public, more concrete way by the top of 2020. So I got a lot of work ahead of me. I apologize that I haven't been doing videos. I am going to hold myself accountable and push to create some sort of video once a week, even if it's just me reading some text and asking some questions about it, because I can do better and I will do better. Thank you for tapping in and listening. If you're interested in this reading program, if you have some skills, if you have connections, if you have resources to books, to nonprofits that you think may be interested, if you're a teacher or teachers that you feel may be interested, please tap in with me. I don't have an email for this just yet, but iamhhtemple@gmail.com. Once again, iamhhtemple@gmail.com. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Much love to you. Thank you. Keep trying to study. Hey now, just because I ain't been making the videos don't mean don't study. You feel me? Yeah, that's it. Much love. Peace.
I'm feeling good tonight. I'm feeling good tonight. You feeling good? Alright. Check it out. Now, from Oakland to Chicago, like what's happening? Two cities with the soul and about that action. What real Jesus made and what Jesus walked. See, we gifted with the gab, now let the ears spark your mind, nigga. I rep the 2-9, didn't catch the line. Then you behind, nigga. Now catch up and fess up. We really nice, like we dress up, painting sketches like the tech up on the dresser. Yes, sir. One of the best out the west, but it's deeper than that. A reflection of what fell through the cracks, and it's facts, and I'm black. We know that's why they scared of a nigga. Look at my face. Look like a kid kind of nigga. Don't be scared of the truth when you see me. I'm out of Fresh Prince. I ain't need a genie. And no, I'm not conceited, but I know myself. When you know that value, you got true wealth. Yeah.